Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Gonzo Tonight Show. Today, I'm having a special guest come on. We're going to be doing a recap of 2020, the events that took place and issues surrounding those events. Basically, an all-encompassing analysis of this crazy year that we've had. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have some fun. Thank you for tuning into another episode of the Gonzo Tonight Show. I'm here again with Taco, who was on the podcast quite early, I think the 5th episode.
Early into it, man.
Very early into
Very
it.
early into
We
it.
talked about some crazy stuff, and we're here to give you a special edition of the Gonzo Tonight Show. What the heck happened in 2020 from start to finish? We're going to get into that. Starting with, of course, the fires in Australia, which I feel like most people forgot about.
Even when it was happening, it was brushed off as a meme. Like, I remember when it was going on, and a lot of us were so disconnected with humanity at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like nowadays we're kind of more connected to just humans as a whole.
Yeah.
But then it was a meme.
Because so much stuff happened in 2020
Yeah.
that it was like, oh, wow. Like,
honestly, it became a meme, and it was funny for a little bit, but then that's when shit started rolling downhill.
that was the first event that happened, and it's still a meme today. Like, 2020 starter pack, I can't wait for that to be like.
2020 is a meme itself.
Yeah,
I've seen so many where it's just a video compilation of everything that happened, and I know we're going to talk about everything that happened. I can't wait because you have a certain point of view on just politics as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Like all your listeners know, you're very political. And if there's one thing that people who know me, I'm not political at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm very focused on observing people.
Right.
On observing nature. And we've started eating each other.
Oh, yeah.
Alive. We really have. We've condemned each other. We've just literally oppressed each other to a point where it's strange, because now we're accusing oppressors, we're accusing rapists, we're accusing a lot of terrible people, which I'm glad about, like Weinstein.
Right. It's good because it's a way to weed out the bad people.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess a problem that's been happening is now everyone's getting accused of everything.
Yeah, and you got to walk that fine line.
Yeah.
And I like, even before this year, we were still walking on eggshells. Walking on eggshells of what we can and cannot say. But now it's to a point where if you want to get into the entertainment business, which I know you want to, I want to get into a form of entertainment business. You have to be very careful with what you say.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's bullshit.
Right. I mean, because only a few years ago, like, especially comedians, they said anything.
Anything was on the line.
People, if they found it funny, they would laugh. And if not, oh, it's not funny. Change the fucking, change whatever.
Yeah, anything was on the table. Now people feel like they have a right to be offended, and they do. Where that stops is just there. You have the right to be offended. You do not have the right to push your offense onto someone else and make them cancel, like Tom Segura, just for example.
Mm-hmm.
If he says an offensive joke, people are going to look at him and think that's offensive, he should be canceled. And other people are going to be saying the same thing of he's a comedian, that's his job. But that's become such a mainstream idea now where we have to cancel people.
Right. Well, what makes me mad is that a lot of times with stuff like this, like let's say a guy makes a joke about black people.
Mm-hmm.
And then all these white people come out and get offended, like, on their behalf.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to, like, a bunch of black people, and they're like, oh, it was funny, I thought. Or, like, it was no big deal. And it's like, why are we letting, a group of people that it wasn't targeted at kind of, like, I guess, defend another group. Like, defend the group that they were targeting, so to say, or that was the butt of the joke.
Mm-hmm.
and then have that group be like, it was whatever. Like, we don't care.
Well, that's a big hot button now. It's race with everything that happened with the Black Lives Matter movement, how it kind of was resurrected with George Floyd, and there are those who are on the side of, what happened was terrible.
Yeah.
It was a tragedy
To George Floyd.
to George Floyd.
Yeah.
They for what was it, 4 minutes 80 or
It was like
60
8 minutes.
some,
8
8
minutes
minutes
of
46
his
seconds.
yeah.
I want to say 8 minutes. It was something along those lines of 8 minutes 46 seconds, where this guy was, on Mr. Floyd's neck, and Floyd was sitting there crying out for his passed away grandmother. I believe it was. She's already passed, and he's crying out for her. At that point, I don't give a fuck about race. I don't give a fuck about what he did in his past. I don't give a fuck about his criminal record. But people brought that up as a justification for the cops, and I disagree wholeheartedly that those cops they should have gone to jail for what they did. They shouldn't have just stand around and watched that guy kneel on his neck. They really shouldn't have.
Right. I don't think it was handled at all the way it should have been. Of course, afterwards too, and it wasn't handled the way it should have been. I think for what he was doing at the time, especially, like, it was undeserved.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't just kill some guy. Like,
No.
I guess it came out later on that he was like on fentanyl, and
Even
that
then.
might have attributed to the reason why he died. Not defending anything, it's still wrong what they did, and that quite possibly could have been the reason he died. But it's like, it's so much stuff going on that it's like, what really happened?
Even then, when they came out and said he was on fentanyl, he was a thief, he was all this shit. Even then, it was still, it doesn't matter. That's
Because
a human being.
Two, you can also look at it and say, what if they're just saying he was on fentanyl to kind of like cover up what they
I mean,
did.
like,
to
all
cover
right.
their own.
All right, this
asses,
is
so to say.
a very touchy topic that we're dancing on. And
We're already 2 minutes in.
and I like it because cops as a whole, it's been known that they have this very racial bias. It's known.
Yeah, not all of them.
Not all of them.
I wouldn't even say
I wouldn't say
majority.
50%.
Yeah.
But it is known that cops have a racial bias.
Yeah.
But even now today, I'm terrified when there's a cop on the road because I don't know what is going to happen.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to go ape shit and they're going to do some bullshit on the road. Or I don't know if someone's going to come out and attack the cop.
Right. Well, because too, now you've seen, I mean, at the end of the day too, it's not even a race issue sometimes. Sometimes it's a bad person.
Yeah.
Or they had a bad person has a bad day and you said something to piss them off. Like, that pissed them off. Maybe you didn't even mean to, but you said something and they just, lost it and they were like, oh, I'm going to make this guy's day miserable.
Yeah.
Because I have the power to do that.
Yeah, there are those cases where they're power hungry, and there are those cases where it just takes one bad day. Mm-hmm. So I can't speak on all their behalfs. I don't want to speak on all their behalfs.
Right.
But as someone who sat back and watched the political side of this debate, it's been frustrating. Because now we're not even talking about a human being's life was taken because some man was abusive and, was corrupted by power. We're not talking about that anymore.
Right.
We're just talking about Black Lives Matter. This dude knelt on a man's neck for 8 minutes. How the fuck do you do that to somebody? How do you do that to somebody?
Yeah. And then too, like, it doesn't cross your mind at any point that it's like, okay, this guy might die.
No. Well, no. At that point, when I saw the video, when the video came out, at first I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to be a part of what I at the moment saw as a problem.
Right.
And the reason I say I saw it as a problem is I saw it as we were becoming divided as a nation again when we really needed to be pulled together.
Right.
With everything that
you
happened.
want to
this year.
add fuel to the fire.
Yeah. So I didn't want to watch it, and then I watched it and I realized it was no longer about race. Once you saw that man's eyes, and you saw he knew. He's not going home.
Yeah.
He's not going to jail. He knew. He knew right then and there what the fuck is about to happen. at that point, I took a stand, and no, I don't believe we should defund the police, but I think they should be taken accountable for what happened.
Right. I think that there's some change that needs to happen within the police force for sure.
Sensitivity training for sure.
More training, not just sensitivity training too, but, just more training in general on how to handle certain situations. I mean, in other countries, cops get like 2 years of training before they actually join the force. Here, it's like 6 months. So I think that's definitely something that we need. But yeah, defunding the police will not solve anything. And even if you go into people have gone into, the inner cities like Chicago and asked the people who live there, what do you think about defunding the police? And they're like, if that happened, this place would be like a war zone. It would be chaos. And then you go ask, the white people in the suburbs down the street. They're like, yeah, defund the police, defund the police.
Well, that's because they're safe. They're in the suburbs.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, at the time being.
Dude, I live in the suburbs right now. So I understand when people say we should defund the police. I understand. I just moved in.
Right.
Living there by myself. I get it. But at the same time, I'm going to fucking defund the police.
No.
Because if something happens, or if I'm held at gunpoint, who am I going to call? People don't see that right now.
No, it's just ignorance because, if something happens, you either have to A, get yourself out of that situation, or B, you have to resort to the cops.
I wouldn't say it's an ignorance. I would say it's an emotional response. Because a lot of people are just emotional about this.
Well, the Black Lives Matter as a whole, yes. When it comes to defunding the police, same thing. But ignorance does have a role in it.
Oh yeah. For sure. I just wouldn't label it as ignorance. I would label it more emotional because people are so emotional about this topic right now. Even now, I know we're just briefing on it. We're not going to dive deep into it, but I know just briefing on it, someone is going to have an emotional response to what we're talking about.
Of course.
And this is someone who is hello. This is someone who is more knowledgeable in the subject and someone who just watched.
Yeah.
Just on the outside. I really wanted to be that outsider to just watch and see how this year went.
Right.
After COVID happened. And I know we're going to get into COVID, and I can't wait because I really want to ask you what you did during quarantine.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pause Black Lives Matter because that's not even in the timeline yet. Fires in Australia happened. Which happened first, COVID or the bees?
COVID.
All right, COVID. Yeah, because we started hearing about it February.
We started making all the bat jokes.
Yeah, the bat. How came from the bat.
How do you eat a bat and get sick? That was a lot of people. And then it was, well, it's just like the flu.
Right.
The flu has never fucked up the world like how it has right now.
Right.
With COVID.
But you are correct. The flu did not do this.
No.
And then two, COVID didn't do this.
Okay.
And I'll explain it because.
No, please do. That's why.
So the way I see it is, the whole quarantine and shutting down the country and the economy was not a result of COVID. It was a result of the management. So basically, the government.
The management of every country.
Situation.
Of every country.
Well, every country, yeah, not just ours.
So you're talking about the World Health Organization.
The WHO. The WHO. The European Union. All the higher ups in the countries decided to basically, shut down. It was because of the virus, obviously. What I'm trying to say is, I don't think that the virus itself was as deadly as they were saying, or maybe the response to the virus was overkill.
Oh no, I completely understand what you mean about that, because there have been cases where someone died in a car crash,
right?
And it just happens they test for COVID. Well, he died of COVID. That has happened a lot in the state of Florida alone.
Yeah,
the state of Florida alone, that has happened.
They got into a scandal a few months back where hospitals were reporting 100% cases when they tested people. 100% were positive. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me that that's true.
No, that's bullshit. Yeah. I tested negative.
Yeah. So and the hospitals got in trouble for that, and they had to get audited, and
Right.
They were manipulating the numbers and stuff. But yeah, so most of the COVID deaths
Mhm.
aren't directly from COVID. The main issue was something preliminary. They had pre-existing conditions, which is not something to completely rule out.
Mhm.
But you have to keep in mind, like, this person could have also died from the flu or from Lyme's disease or something like that.
A lot of what people aren't understanding is that the people who die from COVID, that actually die from COVID,
Right.
they have corrupt immune systems,
Right.
which they would have died from the fucking flu.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And
But they're not covering that.
no one's talking about the fact that you can basically build your immune system stronger to prevent not just COVID, but any small disease that could
You
you
can.
know, kill you.
Which we're not even on the timeline of it yet. So
Yeah.
I'll save my question for
Okay.
later when we're talking about COVID full on.
So yeah, let's stick to the
Beginning of COVID. All right.
So we talked about it came around, and obviously it wasn't a big deal at first. You remember that?
No, it
Everyone
was
was
just
like-
we had to start wearing a mask, and then some of us were like,
Not
all right,
even.
this will be gone in like a couple months. Remember that? Like,
Well, it was started with okay.
People said it was going to be gone in a couple
The
months.
15 days to slow the spread. You remember that? That was a huge thing.
Mhm.
Stay inside for 2 weeks and wear your mask.
Wear your mask, and then just when you go out, wear
And
your mask.
then we were locked down for the month of April, and bars were locked down for 3 months. And I remember like not doing really anything for the month of April except coming to work because I work in the office. So, you know, I didn't really see people like clients or anything. So I came to the office every day. I live right here, so I wasn't affected work wise, thank God. But outside of work,
You're lucky.
no, I know. Well, what pisses me off, which I was kind of hinting at earlier, is a lot of people got laid off or couldn't work. I don't know
Yeah.
if you're one of those people.
I
but-
was one of those
And
people.
that, I think the economical part pisses me off the most because there's so many families who really even died, not from COVID, but from the economic repercussions of it.
Okay.
And you know, especially small business owners, bars that were closed for 4 or 5 months couldn't make it and provide for their families, and one stimulus check was not enough
Yeah.
of $1,200. Like,
Yeah, the stimulus check. I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
But I also remember when COVID first started. I was working at an arcade. It's called District.
okay,
It's over in Oviedo. For those of your listeners that
yeah,
are in Florida, it's over in Oviedo. It's at the Oviedo Mall, and I was just a cook
Okay.
there at the time, and all we had to do was wear a mask. That's all we had to do.
yeah,
And we weren't thinking that shit was going to hit the fan so quickly.
right,
When all of a sudden we started realizing customers aren't coming anymore, no one's playing games anymore, no one's drinking anymore, except for those who are alcoholics, but those are regulars.
right.
That's just their Tuesday,
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. They're going to come out and drink. They don't care. Their life's already done. They retired. So it was a lot of we don't know what was happening.
Yeah.
And then right before I got laid off, Kobe Bryant died.
Okay, yeah, so it's really early on in the year.
Yeah. Do you remember when Kobe Bryant died?
That was, God, I want to say that was it in the summer or was it earlier?
That was early.
I feel like it was
early
early.
in the year.
I remember
early
talking
of
about
COVID.
it.
Because I remember someone came back into the kitchen and said,
That wasn't January, was it?
"Oh man,"
Or was it?
I don't even know.
Because I feel like
need-
everything's so blurred. Everything honestly is so blurred together. Like I can't.
You need someone to just look up when shit.
I know.
happened.
I need I need someone who's sitting there to look it up.
You
But
need an assistant. You need
no, but seriously, like I remember everything happening, but like the timeline's fuzzy.
Yeah. No, 2020 has just been a blur as a whole, just because
Everyone's gonna be screaming, "Kobe Bryant died on this day." And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's not.
I
that
don't remember dates. I don't.
Yeah, no, me neither. I don't fucking care about dates. But I remember when it happened, everyone was just sad about him, And then the news came out. His daughter was with him in the
Yeah,
helicopter.
that was-
And then that's when it became real. And everyone was like, "Oh shit, this really happened." Because a lot of us thought in the kitchen that it was just a hoax.
Yeah.
Because Gabriel Iglesias died at the age of whatever.
Yeah.
When that came out,
Yeah,
everyone
it's
was like, "Oh, really?" And then he's like, "No, I'm fine." So everyone was like, "Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, he died." And then it was like his daughter was with him.
You're like, okay, that's not a joke.
And then I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh shit!" So now, like, even now, you remember like just throwing shit in a trash can? Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one does that anymore.
That's actually crazy because I did a podcast about that, and it was the joke like,
Yeah.
oh, what are we gonna say? Like, and now I'm thinking about it. Like, since then I have not heard anyone say that.
Oh, I just say LeBron now. Yeah, I just go LeBron.
Yeah.
I mean, he's at the Lakers now.
It's just not the same though.
It's not. It's
But-
not. It's a tragedy that happened to that family. My heart goes out to that family.
Mhm.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
That a man who was. He was a good guy.
Mhm.
I mean, I do know that some allegations were made about him.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to bring that up because he's an
No,
emotional figure now. So you can't bring up his past.
Mm-mm.
But it's also a shame that that girl's future was taken away from her
Oh yeah.
too soon.
Yeah.
And she had the potential. She had the world at her fingertips. That's
Really-
Kobe Bryant.
really, yeah.
That's Kobe Bryant's daughter. Who the fuck are you to tell her no?
Mhm.
Come on.
That really was that.
It's
So
it's,
really, if
it's
we
a
look
shame
at-
it happened.
Fires, Australia fires. I think then Kobe Bryant, and then COVID like actually got.
And then COVID was big.
Yeah.
And then I got laid off. I was in a
So what? Did you get laid off in March then?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, stopped working in March. And then I was in a condo for months on end in Daytona.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in a condo by myself, and I was losing my fucking mind, man, because I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything. I
Yeah.
could go on the beach, but that's about it.
Yeah. There's so much you can do in.
And after
Daytona.
a while, well, even
Well, not only that, but everything's like.
it's
closed.
quarantine. It's
Yeah.
quarantine, bro. Like lockdown. That's when it was. That's when lockdown really fucking hit. Is around March. I remember because like nothing was open.
Mhm.
If I wanted food, I'd have to call a restaurant, and then they would bring the food. The guy wouldn't even interact with me.
Mhm.
He would just leave it at my door and knock on my door.
Yeah.
And if I opened my door too soon, he's like, "Back up. You need to back up. You have to back up." I've never been told by a pizza delivery guy,
Yeah.
"Back up,"
That's
until
crazy.
until this fucking happened.
Social interaction itself has really
Changed.
because of COVID. Fortunately, living here, it's like I would say pretty much it's gone back to normal for the most part. Like this area of Lake Mary, where you live, I'm sure it's different. I'm sure it's still
Well, in a sense,
you're like on the border. I feel like
I'm on the border of Orlando.
because if I go to Orange County, it's like
Well, I'm not in Orange County.
yeah,
I'm
I
still
know.
in Seminole
But
County.
I'm saying like so Seminole County versus Orange County is like night and day, with like masks and like, all that
yeah.
stuff.
Oh my God, yeah. No, my dad's over in Orange County. Well,
Yeah.
my dad's on the outside. He's in Volusia County.
Oh, he's in
Yeah,
Volusia?
Volusia.
Oh, well then,
But Volusia, fucking the way they handled it was far different from Seminole.
meaning they were not strict.
They were not strict, but they were also strict. They were the local hotspots for tourists, right? They would come in.
Volusia? Are you talking about
Daytona.
Volusia or?
That's Daytona.
Okay, yeah.
That's Daytona,
Okay.
New Smyrna. Like the local hotspots for like tourists closed down. Duh.
Okay,
But also there were like bars and shit that were still open.
right. But they weren't strict on masks.
No.
Okay, yeah.
No. People were still like, "Oh, it's bat flu.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Because
die
that's
from
what
the
I
bat
remember
flu."
going. I remember going to like Ponce Inlet for the whole summer,
Mhm.
and yeah, no one there was. If you saw someone wearing a mask, you would look at them weird. Whereas like over here, it's like when you don't wear a mask, you kind of get the weird looks.
A strange thing that we're taking for granted right now is the fact that before COVID, you can never walk into a bank with a mask. Right? Like, you can never walk into a bank with a mask. But
Now you have to.
now, if you're not walking into a bank with a mask, they'll kick your fucking ass out.
yeah.
I love that. I
It's
love
like,
that. I love
How
that
did
irony.
things get so backwards?
I love that irony.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we need to step back and look at and just laugh.
Yeah.
I believe laughter is the best way to cope with what's happening right
Yeah.
now with everything. And we're not even into fucking Tiger King. which is
Oh
around
my
the same
God.
timeline.
Yeah, that's coming up.
That's around the same timeline. Because once I was in that condo, Tiger King came out.
And that's how you like.
Bro.
You're
Bro.
like, I can't do anything else, so Tiger King it is.
Carol Baskins did that shit. All
100%.
right, like we talked about it a little bit, and you said you didn't watch it.
Yeah,
First off, shame on you
I know.
for
Sorry,
not
guys.
getting involved in
Yeah, I just
the biggest
yeah.
thing of those 2 months. The biggest thing that everyone was talking about. Shame on you,
I have no words, honestly.
bro. It's
Everyone's sitting there like, you never watched Tiger King.
bro. Here's the thing, and a lot of people realize it off the bat. It's about murder. It's about suicide, drugs, sex, tigers, politics. I know you're big on politics.
I love how Tigers was the last thing you mentioned.
No, politics was.
Well, fair enough.
Dude,
One of the second.
he ran for president.
What's his name?
Joe
The-
Exotic.
He ran for president.
He ran for president. Lost.
I didn't know that.
Lost.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
obviously.
it was during
It
Trump.
was-
It
it was
was,
like,
it was during Trump and Hillary. So of course
Oh,
he's
really? I didn't know
he's
that.
not getting any fucking media.
Yeah.
Because all of our
It's like the
attention was
one
on
guy
that.
that runs every election with the boot and says he's going to give you a unicorn.
Yeah.
Supreme.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. But yeah.
He
so-
sold condoms with his face on it. Tiger skin underwear.
I remember that. I remember hearing that.
Yeah, man. Big. That
Yeah.
like all of a sudden all of us were Tiger King, Tiger King, Tiger King, Tiger
Yeah.
King. I watched it 3 times, back to back to back to back to back. So that way I knew what the fuck people were talking
Yeah.
about. There's no way she did not kill her husband. There's
No.
no way. And I heard the FBI is investigating her now.
Yeah.
She was on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what?
Carol fucking Baskins.
She was probably one of the biggest memes of 2020 too.
Her
People-
and him.
yeah.
Her and Joe.
Yeah.
There's yeah.
I would say Carol Baskins more than Joe, just because of the.
I would say Joe saying Carol Baskins became the biggest meme. Is him just saying Carol fucking Baskins.
killed her husband.
Yeah, killed her husband, whacked him, made a whole song off of it. Come on now, like, oh my god, that came out and we all lost our fucking minds because we were distracted for a second. We got to laugh.
Yeah.
We got to laugh, which is why I say I think laughter is the best medicine right now. I think that is what's going to bring us together. There's a couple of things where we just look at it and go, that is goofy, and just laugh.
Yeah.
And we connect. And we forgot for a while that COVID was a thing. We forgot for a while that racism was a thing. We forgot. We just forgot that shit.
I think that's also COVID and all this is a reason why TikTok got so big. It's because
Look.
everyone was like
Look,
trying to get their mind off something, and then everyone was like, "Oh, let me make a TikTok account and make funny videos."
as someone who's on TikTok, I'm not proud.
No one's proud to say it.
I'm not proud of having an account, but I'm proud I'm not doing some of the shit that other people.
Oh yeah.
The
However, let me put it this way: if I knew that all I needed to be was attractive and know how to dance to make millions of dollars on an
well,
online
you
app,
gotta
I
not wear
would've
that
done
much
it.
clothes, too.
yeah, I mean,
That's still a big thing. Is like
I don't know.
these. All right, and here's what's moving on to the next segment of this shit. And I realized because this was the next thing is TikTok became a huge thing in 2020. Huge. It's marketable.
yeah,
It's easy. It's the next Vine. Like it or not, it's the next Vine.
it's the replacement of Vine.
And all of a sudden, people start. There was like this feminist attack on TikTok from those true feminism believers, I guess.
The
if you wanna call them.
extremists,
Yeah, the
let's
extremists.
say.
Who sat there and they watched TikTok and they realized there are girls and women out there
Yeah,
who are dressing up in as little amount of clothing as possible,
Mhm.
jumping around because guys are predators. We're disgusting.
Mhm.
We think of one thing all the time, like it or not, and they're making millions off of it.
yeah,
And the feminists got upset about it, and I didn't realize that was a big topic until it got on TikTok itself.
right.
And now there's like all these community guidelines of nudity and all this shit. A lot of it is political though.
Oh, yeah, for
Political.
sure. Yeah,
Very political. You cannot make a lot of political comments on TikTok, which I'm the last thing I'm going to talk about is politics.
Mhm.
Last thing.
Right.
This past election, I had no idea what was going on. No idea. No idea. Just watching the news, I had no idea. I was watching the election that night. No idea what the fuck was going on.
Mhm.
It was such a tight race. I had no clue. I still don't know what's going on. I don't know if Trump's pulling a coup. I don't know. I don't know, man.
We can get into that a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get.
Because that's like.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. I don't care.
Hold on, can you talk real quick?
Yeah.
Let me see something here.
Yeah. What do you need?
Okay, so on the audio version, hold on, let me fix it. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool. So
All right.
that'll be a fixable issue.
That's not gonna fuck up the episode, is it?
No, I can fix that.
I know you run a tight script.
I have ways.
I'm just trying to read the script as best you gave me. So, whatever.
Okay, so what were you talking about?
Um,
TikTok, yeah, okay.
yeah, and
Fitness,
all the political shit.
Yeah.
That.
Okay, yeah. So back to the timeline. COVID,
Then TikTok blew up.
TikTok / Tiger King stuff, and then George Floyd. We'll pick up again with what happened.
No,
that was,
no. Then it was
something
the
else happen.
impeachment. That happened before
Yeah,
George Floyd.
yeah. I mean,
Which, by the way, congratulations on the impeachment.
yeah,
Congratulations, you did it.
yeah. I mean,
You did a meaningless fucking impeachment. It was amazing to watch.
that's the thing. 'Cause, like we were talking about before. Impeachment happened. I was like, yeah, it did, didn't it?
I thought
Like-
that was last year.
Yeah, because it seems so insignificant. At the time, everyone was like, President Trump is impeached, and they woke up and they're like, wait, why is he still president?
Bro, I think you should be sponsored by White Claw. I'm just saying, like, I know I haven't shown the label at all for
As
smart
far as I
purposes.
know, it's a
Spicy water, right?
spicy water.
Spicy water. Yeah, no, you should be sponsored. White Claw blew up too in 2020.
True.
Yeah, that was another thing.
Yeah, and you know what's coming up? Different seltzers
Yeah,
are trying to like.
yeah. Bud Light has jumped on it. Corona or Corona. Well,
Corona has.
Yeah, Corona has jumped on it,
Bud
but
Light's been bigger.
no one wants to touch Corona beer
No.
anymore. No one. Yeah,
No,
nah.
they're like, maybe if we release a seltzer, that'll help.
It's
little bit.
it's Corona time, and everyone's like,
Nah.
we're done with Corona, bro. You got to remarket, rebrand.
Just call it COVID. Just go all out at that point, like.
How? God, I honestly, I don't even like Corona beer, and I would drink it just if they called it COVID.
Yeah.
Oh my god! At that point, I'm like, you have.
Everyone
to.
would be drinking it.
You have
Are you
to.
kidding me? Everyone would be like, take a picture of it. Remember 2020?
Yeah. I can't wait for the next generation to come up. Like when we're parents, do you realize we're gonna have to like explain a lot of shit that has happened in our lifetimes?
Yeah.
You realize that, right? Like in our lifetimes.
I think what's gonna happen is the kids are gonna be like, "Oh, we learned about this in school. Like, tell us about it." We're like, "Yeah, this happened," and like it wasn't as bad as like.
Think about this, like with just our generation.
Yeah.
We have had multiple dates happen. 9/11, Boston bombing, shit like that, right? Big dates of
Yeah.
American tragedy. Now we have a fucking year.
2020.
We are so balls to the wall that we want a year to just flash back to and look at our kids
That's a good point.
and go, you have no idea what we went through.
Because no one's gonna. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, there's no like set date, like that anything happened. Obviously,
In
like
2020, yeah, no,
yeah.
like it's just a fucking year.
like
Do you
Australia-
remember Easter?
Kinda briefly. I know what I was doing.
I don't remember Easter at all.
I think most people. I remember seeing
I
most
think we
people.
skipped Easter.
Most people came out. They're like, "What happened on Easter? Like, what did I do?"
Yeah, I think we skipped it. I really do. I think we skipped that St. Patrick's Day. Just skipped it.
I actually. Oh wow! I remember being in my room and Colonial Town Center is like right there.
Yeah.
I could hear like the live. The guy playing live music like outside of Liam St. Patrick's.
Oh, really?
Just I could hear him from my room. I was like, "What the heck?"
Alright.
And then I almost went, and everyone was like, "Oh, there's like no one here." I'm like, "Okay,"
It's
but yeah, nothing happened. Like,
it's amazing how dead everything is compared to before.
yeah,
I remember everything was just live and
dude. During April, I would leave my house, and I'd be like, No one's on the road.
No one.
Literally
No
no
one was
one.
driving. No one was walking around.
Mhm.
That was one thing. Like I took for granted was people just walking around.
Yeah.
This shit happened. No one goes outside. So where are we? TikTok blew up.
Yeah. Then the
The
impeachment happened. Whatever. It like
And then,
there's nothing of significance to talk about with the impeachment. That's the thing.
Yeah,
It happened.
so-
That's
yeah,
it.
it happened, and honestly,
And then they were like, "Oh, that didn't work."
okay.
Black Lives Matter.
All right. Look, I know on your show you like Trump. I know. I've heard like he's a topic to talk about in a topic form.
Yeah.
He's a topic to talk about. He's an easy topic.
Yeah.
You like to talk about Trump in that way. I'm sorry, I misworded what I meant.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, you like to talk about Trump. And I appreciate you covering him, but it got to the point where once the impeachment happens, like, we've heard everything about him.
Yeah.
So at this point, does it surprise me? No. Happen? Yeah. Do I care? No. I don't give a shit. I didn't get...
About the impeachment, you saying?
No, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't care. I didn't care. Because at that point, what can you do to him?
I mean, if you knew anything about, like, if you knew anything about the actual, like, what impeachment was, then yeah, you don't care. But there was people that were like, oh, he's not going to be president anymore. And then they woke up and they're like, why is he still president? And we're like,
yeah, that wasn't the case.
yeah, because you didn't go to elementary school or you were, like,
I
paying attention? I don't know.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't know what impeachment meant. I had no idea until it happened. That was just okay. It's a thing.
I mean, because it happened to Nixon.
Bill,
Yeah, I mean, Nixon and then Bill.
Clinton.
But yeah, he was impeached and he was still president for 8 years.
Yeah, a lot of people thought the Monica Lewinsky
Nixon was
scam came out.
impeached and then he resigned. So again, those
That was
people,
Watergate, though. That was
Right.
different. That was some big
right?
juicy
But still,
shit.
he wasn't removed. He resigned.
Yeah,
So impeachment doesn't remove you from office. at the
yeah.
end of the day.
Like what? Like that was the Monica Lewinsky, like with Bill, and he
Yeah.
was still president. And then everyone thought that the Stormy Daniels thing that broke out
yeah, I remember
was going to
that.
be the Monica Lewinsky of Trump. And they were so disappointed when it was like water off a duck's back with
Literally.
Trump. And then the impeachment happened. And it was the same thing. Water off a duck's back.
That's pretty much the moral of the story when it comes to Trump.
He's smart, but he says some outrageous
Right.
shit.
But if something happens, like
He knows
He
how to
always
dance
gets out
around
of
it.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
he knows how to dance around it. And I give him kudos for that. He knows how to dance around it.
yeah.
He's a very touchy subject for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people don't like to think of what he did for America. A lot of people like to just think he was the first president, actually, I think, that we voted him in and then people just wanted him to fail.
Yeah.
They didn't want him to succeed.
Yeah.
Every
Well,
bad
even
thing
with Obama,
was,
a lot of people hated Obama, but at the same time they were like, you know, they didn't want to see the country go up in flames.
No.
And you know, it was like, okay, he needs to do this, he needs to do this.
Yeah.
You know? Now it's like, you know, I hope he, you know, Trump, I hope he dies and, you know, I hope that his whole presidency is a failure so we can get him out of here. It's like,
yeah, I didn't now we have a new guy. Some people don't like him. Some people do like him. He's another controversial president. And at this point, I kind of want people to just say, give him a chance. I'm giving him a chance. I'm going to rag on him because he does a lot of goofy shit and he says a lot of goofy shit. But I'm still going to give him that first chance. And as soon as he starts fucking up, it's going to bring to life a theory that I've had for a while, which is no one can do that job.
no one can do that job perfectly. Far from perfect. Some people can do it better than others. I think at the end of the day, it's finding people that can do it better than
See, here's the thing:
Yeah.
is I think the best presidents we've had is during a time of war. I really do, because they've had one focus. As soon as there
Yeah.
isn't a war, their focus goes everywhere, and then you get a guy who tweets at 3 a.m. on the toilet. And we voted him in, so like you get what you get.
I mean, I guess the one thing though that you look at about Trump's presidency is which was a good thing, is there were no wars and there was no conflict
No, there were
like
no
that.
wars.
So-
He brought up the stock market. You
Yeah.
know, unemployment went down amazingly.
Yeah.
This is some shit that I paid attention to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there was some shit that he would say that was just
Right. And I think no matter what side you're on, no one is gonna like completely defend everything that he says. You know, like even me, I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's just there's stuff he says that it's like, okay, you didn't have to say that.
yeah.
Like there's a lot of it. I'm not even gonna
I mean, when he came out and said he was a genius at one point, I laughed so hard. I think I passed out. I really do. I think I passed out because I remember I was in the car with my dad, who my dad is like huge Trump supporter, huge, loves Trump because my grandfather loved Trump. Like so they would bounce each other, and they like you could see they were bouncing shit off
Yeah.
of each other, and it would just feed into the idea of Trump's the best. Grandfather died, and my dad became the guy who loves Trump in the household or at his house, and I would just sit there and listen to him talk about Trump. I'm like, Jesus, you would have thought Jesus came out. You really would have thought Jesus came out. I'm like, Dad, like you do realize this is a man who was voted for president who said grab him by the pussy. This is a guy we voted into office who said that. And he's like, so? And I'm like, I just want you to realize for every good thing he's done 5 bad things. That you sit there and go like, come on, man, cameras are on you. Why the fuck are you doing this shit? Why are you saying this?
But I think the way most people view it is the one good thing that he's done outweighs the 5 bad things that he's done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
there are some things.
Because
Yeah.
he says things.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. That's like most of the issues. But when it comes to actions, it's not as bad. Now, obviously, before or in his early life, I'm sure that he's had.
He did some shit.
Yeah, of course.
He did some shit with
a few people.
the black community, I think it was, where he kicked some people out of their houses or something.
Okay,
that was something that's been storming around. I heard and then I heard
There was
someone else disproved it, and I don't know
what the fuck
to think about it anymore.
The one thing they did focus on was the whole story about him kicking out this older lady from her house using eminent domain.
Yeah, that was it.
But they made it sound terrible. But the reality of it is, it's like, okay, we're gonna pay you this much money if you leave your house, and it's like that happens all the time.
Yeah, that's where.
As far as the black community goes, though, he's donated like so much money to black colleges and black foundations, and he was buddies with all the popular black celebrities like Al Sharpton, Snoop Dogg, all those guys.
Wait, speaking of colleges, didn't he start a college?
Trump University.
Yo,
Yeah.
talk to me about Trump University. How good is that fucking college?
Nah.
All right.
Yeah. No.
So
yeah.
for every good thing he's done, he creates a college. So just saying, like, or Trump Steaks. Do you remember when Trump Steaks was a fucking thing?
Oh yeah.
How shitty those steaks were.
Yeah.
This is a man of not retail, but what is
like
it?
marketing?
Buildings. What is buildings?
Real estate.
Real estate. There we go. This is a real estate
Buildings.
tycoon. Yeah, there we go.
No. Yeah. 100%.
He's a real estate tycoon, and he got into steaks, and everyone was like, "That's piece of shit steaks."
Yeah, but everyone bought him because
It says
this
Trump.
guy's name on it.
Yeah, it says Trump.
And then that was it.
But that's the guy. That is his number one thing he knows.
Yeah.
I know he's been
100%.
He's filed for bankruptcy a couple of times. I know. Who hasn't at this point?
Yeah. Well, too, it's strategic when you're at that level.
Yeah, businessman.
100%.
He's very smart. That's why I was
Yeah.
excited when he became president. For that reason alone,
Yeah.
was that our economy was going to go up because he treated it like a business, and I appreciated that. It was just the shit he said would make me go, "You can't say
Yeah.
that." A president should not be able to go on Twitter and publicly attack
I think they're gonna like completely change
Rosie
the rules.
O'Donnell.
They're gonna completely change the rules with that.
But a president
somehow.
should not be able to attack Rosie O'Donnell. Don't get me
No,
wrong.
yeah,
Don't get me
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
It was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
It was hilarious. But then it became that's not okay to talk. That's not
Yeah.
okay to talk to someone like that. You're the president. You can't say that. But when it
Yeah.
first came out,
I mean,
giggled like a schoolgirl. I thought it was hilarious.
He did calm down a bit once he actually became president.
Well, then his tweets went from like the entertainment people like Rosie O'Donnell to political fuckers like the leader of the FBI and shit like that.
Well, because now that was like the group. That was like his peers, so to say.
Yeah.
Before it was like, oh, celebrities and this person and this person.
It was like his attention
Now
was
it's like-
diverted, and now he's like, "Oh, there's shit on you. Well, let's tweet about it."
Which, in that sense, it's not that much. It's not really a bad thing because I want him to expose everything.
Right, but at the same time, he's exposing himself.
I-
Grab him by the pussy, and he said,
Well,
"That's locker room talk." One, yes, I understood what he meant. Me as a guy, I understood what
Yeah.
he said when he said locker room talk, because guys talk like that. We don't mean what we say when we say that kind
Right.
of shit, but we are going to talk like that because it's how we talk. So I understood, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like, dude, you need to shut the hell
Oh
up.
yeah.
You can't say some things.
Yeah.
Like when George Floyd happened. What did his what were his tweets?
There weren't really any.
No,
As
it
far
was
as I
just
remember.
my heart goes out to the family, and then it became an attack on the movement itself
Oh yeah.
because of the riots. So then he started attacking like the
I thought there was,
rioters.
yeah, I thought you were talking about something else, but
No.
Yeah,
What I'm saying is what he started talking about. He's a very smart person of what he says, but at the same time,
it's like
he pushes that line of
It's
like,
like,
dude,
yes.
come on.
maybe not. Yeah, it's like you go back and forth.
So I understand why they impeached him, but at the same time, the fuck are you going to do?
Yeah.
The only way you
Well,
can
because
get
my whole thing with Black Lives Matter is when it first started, I was like, okay, I agree with what's going on. You know, yeah, obviously police brutality should be addressed. You know, don't riot, don't loot. You can protest, that's fine, whatever. And then like within weeks, the movement literally just became like, in my opinion, a terrorist organization. Quite honestly, not the Black Lives Matter movement as a whole.
but people would use it as an umbrella to
Yes.
do shit.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's all you would see too. And then people were like, "Oh, Black Lives Matter is good," and then I'm seeing them do this, so therefore it's justifiable. So it became like the media did really good at justifying the actions of these crazy people.
All right, let's go into Black Lives Matter
Yeah.
because this is a subject that I've sat back and I've done research on. I've done research on it because I do believe that Black lives do matter, but I also believe that all lives matter.
Yeah.
But I understand what Black Lives Matter is.
Yeah, you understand.
It's no longer just my life matters, yours doesn't. It's my life matters because it fucking hasn't for years. Years.
Yeah.
It's just been a social like acceptable thing.
Well, I think when it comes to Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter, there's two different ideas within those two. So like you said,
there are those extremists who are like, well, all lives matter.
Yeah.
Fuck your Black Lives Matter bullshit. Where there are people like me,
Yeah.
who say yes, Black Lives Matter, but also my life matters.
Yeah. Well, because there's Black Lives Matter, as in, really, there's the point of view where Black Lives Matter means all lives matter.
Yeah.
In a sense, and then there's the point where it's, you know, Black Lives Matter, everyone else should kiss my feet.
Yeah. There
you know?
there have been the extremists. Like I've seen tweets of Black Lives Matter, let's kill off all the whites, and I was like, well, there was another person in history who said the same shit about the Jews.
Wait a minute, who was that again?
Oh man, like Adolf or something. I don't know if I remember. He said the same shit.
Yeah.
So you're being a hypocrite.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what he said was terrible, but what I say,
But what I don't get
it's
is
social justice.
why is that side being shown so much instead of the good side?
Because
the normal side, I should say.
it gets more attention.
Right.
It gets more attention.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the news.
There's a fly in here.
Yeah, that fly has been attacking
my
you
hair.
personally.
I'm getting a haircut later today.
I
maybe.
am not. I plan on looking homeless for until I die.
This is gonna be my birthday episode. I think I'm gonna release it tomorrow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then, happy birthday, motherfucker.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey.
Look at that. 22 years old.
Oh yeah, that's actually briefly. I want to talk about this for those of you who don't know, because there's apparently a lot of people that think I'm 30 or even 40.
Really?
So for the record, I'm 22 as of the 21st
Yeah.
of December. I'm only
Yeah.
22, guys. So
Yeah, you're 22. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to high school together.
yeah, I mean, you would know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I know. I know
so
how old you are.
I can't get held back that many times. So
Well, I mean, you can, but at that point, you're looking at like R. Kelly charges. Fuck R. Kelly.
Speaking of,
I just wanted to say publicly, fuck R. Kelly. Fuck his music. Fuck him. I understand that you can separate the artist from what he's done. The person. Like, a lot of people look at Hitler's art. And
there's a
like,
line, I feel like.
Yeah, a lot of people look at Hitler's old art. And they're like, well, it's very filled with emotion or whatever the fuck they say. Whatever artistic bullshit they say. But yeah, paint the strokes. I don't care. I'm not artistic. I don't care.
Yeah.
But with R. Kelly, a lot of people are like, his music is art and it's passionate and it's that's your song. Like, you played at your wedding, you played at your funeral, you played at graduation. A lot of kids sing "I Believe I Can Fly." A lot of churches sing "I Believe I Can Fly." So it's hard to dissociate that man did what he did. I'm here to say right now, fuck R. Kelly. I hope he gets everything that's coming to him. I really do. I hope he gets everything that is coming to him. 100%.
I agree.
What he did to those black girls was disgusting. Mm-hmm. Disgusting. As a human being, and you treated people like that? You treat another human like that. You're disgusting. There's no fucking way he is not getting his comeuppance. Mm-hmm. He's been silent this year because everything else has happened. Yeah. But like last year and the year before, dude. Yeah. All we were talking about was our years. Yeah. Back when the piss tape come out. I'm dead serious. Back when that piss tape came out. And you see, now it's a joke. Because a lot of us associate, R. Kelly pissed on somebody. Yeah. And we just thought, it was like a 19-year-old or whatever. No. 14 years old? And you use that little girl as a bathroom? You fucking monster. That dude's getting what's coming to him.
I sure hope so.
He is getting dick in the gulag.
Every single day.
All the time.
Multiple times a day.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time. I can't wait.
There are those people out there that are just like, yeah, you're going to get what's coming to you.
His trial,
I don't feel any remorse for
his trial's coming up soon.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see him guilty. I can't wait. I can't wait. He's been skating by for years.
So long.
Years. He's done. He's done. Mm. There's no way he's not done. No way. No one's going to his
Is that someone can we all get behind that? Like,
fuck R. Kelly?
Yeah. Like,
well, yeah, that was the thing. Mute R. Kelly.
Yeah, like, I feel like that's got to be the one thing that everyone can agree on, right? Like, there's got to be something, and that could be
something we can agree. I think there's two things. One, fuck R. Kelly. Two, you should not eat bats.
I feel like more people are behind the R. Kelly thing than the bat thing, but maybe after this year,
people are gonna be like, bats? Nah, I'm not touching that. Now you want to be cute.
Snakes though.
All right,
rats?
So
maybe we're still good.
Look, the place I work at right now, I'm not going to say because I don't want people coming into my fucking job and harassing me over this shit.
Yeah, like last time.
Yeah, like last time when I talked about aliens, I had people on Instagram reach out to me and go, "Tell me more about Area 51." I'm like, no, I don't want to because I don't have anything else for you. And I had people coming up to me and telling me this shit. I didn't want to learn more secrets. The reason why I said everything on the last show was because I wanted it out. I lived with the knowledge, and I didn't want the knowledge anymore. There it is. Mm-hmm. You have it now. And then you go dig. You dig. Yeah. You dig deep if you're really interested. But we sell snake. We sell rattlesnake. Rattlesnake sausages. I'm not saying where I work, but I am saying I work at a meat market. And we sell rattlesnake sausages.
Very interesting.
Interesting.
I will be making a stop there.
We sell camels, kangaroo.
Kangaroo, high kangaroo.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Ostrich?
No, ostrich.
We sell that shit? Elk? Buffalo? We sell some exotic
that's
shit.
That's more normal though.
Gator?
I've had gator. I've had gator, buffalo, bison, kangaroo. I've had a kangaroo steak before.
We also sell rabbit too.
Okay. I mean, that's
we have some over the top shit, and then we have like normal like tomahawk steaks and shit like that. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. Those of you who live in Florida, it's right off the exit of I-4 next to a Kobe steakhouse in Longwood. So if you know where I'm talking about, that's the place.
I think I do know what you're talking about. Someone told me to go there. Yeah. I didn't realize you had some crazy stuff there.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. We have wines. We have champagnes. We have cheeses. We have so many exotic cheeses. It's ridiculous. It's
I love
ridiculous.
cheese.
Yeah. We have a lot of cheese.
I'm excited. This is probably the best thing that I've
Oh,
learned.
dude, you should get them to sponsor you. Yeah, come in. Ask them about it. I'm pretty sure they would be fucking thrilled.
Okay.
That'd be awesome. It's more coverage for them, too. So it's a
Yeah.
win-win. Fuck, what were we talking about? R. Kelly?
R. Kelly.
Fuck R. Kelly. Bro.
That's it. All right,
Fuck
moving
R.
on.
Um,
Black Lives Matter, and
yeah,
then
Black Lives Matter became the big thing of 2020. After that, what's this? Lemon. We're just going through the flavors at this point. I'll be honest. I don't like your audience should know right now.
I'm keeping track of how many you opened.
How many do you think I've opened?
Is that your fourth?
Dude, you were way off. It's my sixth. No, I'm all right. Here's one thing about living alone, and a lot of people who listen to your shit who live alone could probably back me up on this. Is you have a lot of time to drink, a lot of time. When you're young, dumb, and full of, yeah, a lot of time to drink. So you're a lot of time to experiment and find your number. And what I mean by number is like, how many shots does it take before you're like, can't do that again? -7. Jaeger bombs, 7. I can do 7 Jaeger bombs before I'm like, dabbing out. Can't do it.
I actually had a pretty chill quarantine. I'm not gonna lie.
How was your quarantine? Because mine was filled with chaos. So how was yours?
Honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. Besides like the fact that no one was like on the road or outside at all, it felt pretty normal.
Really?
Yeah, because I went to work. I went to certain places that were still kind of open, and just kind of like did the same stuff that I always did. I did podcasts.
Yeah, that's one thing. You kept me
yeah.
entertained, which I appreciate.
So I mean, I didn't feel that different. Once I left like the area, then it was like, okay, there's like nothing going on.
Yeah. Florida was a dead zone for a while. Mm-hmm. But your quarantine sounds boring as shit. It sounds like you had a boring quarantine. And I feel like that's going to be a question for a lot of people is, how was your quarantine?
I worked, so I feel like it wasn't that. I worked and then
You kept yourself busy.
I kept myself busy.
Okay.
So it really wasn't that boring.
So basically, you were one of the people in society who got to keep yourself busy with a job. Yeah. And you weren't on the other side of it.
Right.
With having to apply for unemployment and dealing with the unemployment. Yeah. Just want to say, for all of you who dealt with unemployment, I feel your pain. I know what that was like. Waiting days to just log in.
I remember someone was telling me about his process to try and get unemployment, and he was like, "Yeah, I just gotta keep." It's like buying a PS5.
Restart, bro. You just gotta keep restarting, keep refresh, refresh.
PS5. Almost as hard.
Fuck PS5. I'm not getting it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the new Xbox. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna wait for you. I'm gonna wait for you to fix it, like Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh, I gotta get Cyberpunk. Oh, I gotta get this game. This game's gonna be awesome." I knew right away. They have rushed it. 7 years, and they rushed.
How do you rush a 7-year game?
How? By the developer saying it's almost ready, and they're like, "Nah, just give it. Just give it up. Just give it to us. It's not ready. We don't care." We weren't expecting new gen consoles.
Yeah.
We don't care. We want to play them now. Okay, well you're going to crash in 30 minutes. Then they bitch. Then the consumers bitch. So this is a life lesson. Patience is a virtue.
Mm-hmm. Listen to the experts. Actually listen to the experts, though, not just like...
Yeah, listen to the people who are actually working on it, who say, hey, I'm not ready, and you're going to have to wait for like an actual good product.
Yeah.
You're going to wait. I appreciate it. I'll wait. I'll wait until the PS5 and Cyberpunk is ready. Then I'll buy that shit. Mm-hmm. It'll be cheaper.
Yeah, and you want to like try and scramble across Central Florida to find one.
Yeah, people are going to say, "Oh, well, you're behind.
Okay. You're
in the old times." Yeah. No, I don't give a shit. Call of Duty still works on PS4. I can still watch YouTube and Netflix on PS4, so I don't care, man. That's a lot of living by yourself. I realize. Yeah. I know you kind of live by yourself, but not really.
Mhm.
You explained it to me a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit. It's such a weird thing,
Mhm.
living with parents for all those years, and then they're not there anymore to tell
Yeah.
you no. Think of the dumbest idea you've had, and then your parents said no. Now think of
That's
that.
not there anymore.
Now think of a same level of stupidity.
Mhm.
You're older, and there's no one to tell you no. Dude, I took a shower with my clothes on. I've seen it in the movies, and I wanted to do it. So I just did it. My mom didn't ask me, like, what's going on with
Yeah.
you, because she wasn't there. Dad didn't stop me because he wasn't there. So I just did it. Then I realized, oh, this sucks. Got right out, went, put them in the dryer. I don't give a fuck, man. There's no one to tell me no. There's no one, I drink every day now. Why? There's no one to tell me, hey, water. Now I drink water.
You're drinking water now. Spicy water.
Spicy water, but you know,
it doesn't-
no, I do drink better now. I'm not like all the time, because
Yeah.
when I first moved out, I was like handle a Jack every day,
Oh my god.
every day, like hundreds of dollars every day just in Jack Daniels. I probably let their stock go up a little bit. I probably helped their stock.
Let me
go
know
up.
next time you go on a Jack Daniels binging drink week, month, year, and then I can like invest in.
Yeah, I'll let you know. They came out with like this. They didn't just come out, but they just re-released their like winter cider. It's pretty good. I'll attest, it's pretty good. I would have brought it if I knew that I was, going to talk about it. I would have brought it. It's delicious. It tastes like apple cider. It's delicious. So where were we? Before I got on my drinking binge. Black Lives Matter, all that shit. We're in the timeline. So George
kinda
Floyd just
COVID.
happened in the timeline.
Then it's like, well, after that, it's like we go back and forth between Black Lives Matter and COVID, and then
It was a subtle race of what was more popular in the news.
literally.
It was a subtle race of what's more popular in the news, and that I've come to realize news is nothing more than a commercial game.
Oh yeah,
It's a commercial game of
100%.
what your audience wants to see.
Yeah.
Same with newspapers, because there was actual like proof that the same newspaper, like in
Front
some
page.
areas
Yeah.
it delivered like, oh, Trump's doing great, and then others it's like, here's where Trump's fucking up.
Yeah.
I was-
Same picture.
So, yeah,
like,
saw
just
the
slight
picture, and it
changes.
was the same brand. I was like, what are you guys doing? You're giving us false news. In
'Cause
a
they don't
sense.
care.
They don't.
No.
It's just about selling product.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love this fucking country.
Well, it's like, so Fox News started going left during the election, like, and stuff, and then now they're like, oh, we lost a ton of viewers. We're going to start going back right a little bit more.
I did realize that there is left and right news channels.
Yeah.
And if I'm getting bullshit, I want my bullshit up front. That's why I love going back and watching Clinton videos, because he is straight up telling you, I love to fuck. Like, this
Yeah.
man is straight up telling you, I love doing stupid stuff. Now, what they did behind closed doors is crazy. There were so many people that came back and was like, well, Hillary was also doing some crazy shit back then.
Oh, yeah.
And there was like a revolving door of girls and guys of underage and of age coming in for Bill and Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, there's all these scandals. But at the same time, he was up front. He told you,
Yeah.
I'm a bullshit artist. Here's my bullshit. And if you like me, vote me in. And everyone was like, cool. He's honest. Trump, kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Where he was not a bullshit artist, but he just said outrageous shit. But he went from the very beginning, the Republican Party like nominee, of just saying outrageous shit. And
Yeah.
all of us were like, he's honest. This election, not so much. Not so much. He didn't go the same tactic. He did the same.
No, he didn't go- yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. Wait, he did the same tactic at the beginning, the first debate, where he talked over
Right.
Biden.
But it,
That was old Trump.
yeah.
And a lot of it was, okay, yeah, this is what I expected, but at the same time, I want to hear you break down what
Yeah.
Biden says. So by the second debate, he like apparently someone coached him. Someone had to
Oh,
have
no,
coached him.
he did. It was like night and day.
Either someone coached him or he realized right away that's not going to help.
Yeah.
And he broke down what Biden said, and I appreciated it because I got to listen to both of them call out each other on their bullshit.
Yeah.
Like with Hunter, I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, no. It's
No
only
idea.
getting big now because they were sweeping it under the rug until he got elected.
Why didn't we know beforehand though?
Because they wouldn't. The media doesn't want you to know.
But why can't the media just come out and say, this is what's going on?
Because that would hurt their agenda. People, they did a study now.
Yeah.
Saying that if you had known about the Hunter Biden scandal before the election, would you have changed your mind? And 90% of those people said yes.
Who did the survey?
It was like the one. Who was I listening to? It was people that voted for Biden because obviously, like people that voted for Trump, like
Yeah, they're going to say yes.
it was
no,
Biden voters.
Mhm.
I think it was. I want to say. I'll look it up later, but I think it was middle aged. It wasn't kids, but it was like of middle aged.
Well, a lot of the young age community voted for Biden too, just because.
Right, but they would be if you told them that, they'd be like, no, I would change my vote. I don't care.
no, because of media influence,
Right.
because of what you were talking about, the agenda.
Right.
So I do understand in a sense that yes, they have an agenda.
But at the same time,
my
when it
question
comes-
is, fuck the agenda. My question is, why aren't they being held accountable for just bringing?
No, they
the
should be
news?
100%.
The news.
held
I
accountable.
want news. I
Yeah.
want like, if Trump has a scandal, yes, I want to know about it, but I also want to know what good he did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't stress enough how non-political I am. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we kind of joked around. Yeah, I'm kind of libertarian, but not really. When it comes to transgender and all that shit,
Yeah.
yes, I'm going to call you what you are, but I'm going to stop at a certain point. You cannot give human or what is it? What was it
kids?
called? The hormone blockers.
Yeah.
You can't give hormone blockers to kids. You can't do that. You got to let them at least be 18.
Mm-hmm.
You have to let them figure out who they are
Yeah.
before you bring in this permanent altering effect. It's the same concept with news. If I'm going to learn about bullshit, I want all my bullshit up front.
Yeah, lay all the cards down on the table.
Lay all the cards.
Let me, because they think we're dumb and we can't make our own. We can't come to our own conclusions. Or they don't want us to. That's the thing.
That's why I kind of miss Obama. I kind of miss Obama in that sense of I got all my bullshit up front.
Most of it.
Yeah, most of
Yeah.
it. Most of it. But with Trump,
Yeah.
with Trump,
No, yeah, they're
a lot of it was here's the bullshit, but also here's a counterpoint to the bullshit. That's more bullshit. And I don't want to fucking I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to hear about how
Yeah.
you fucked Stormy Daniels. I don't want to.
because no one cares.
Stormy Daniels, guess what? Subscribe. I subscribed to her on Pornhub. I did. I had to support her. I had to. As soon as it came out, I was like, you know what? What better way to support someone who's going through this shit? Subscribe on Pornhub. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't care. This became more of a fucking
No,
movement
man.
for feminism than politics. So I was like, you know what? She needs support. Here's $1.
A movement for feminism.
I guess.
Nah, I don't know.
I don't know.
She's a porn star. You can't.
What? Porn can't be feministic?
Not really.
How? It's empowering.
I mean, I guess.
So how is that
It's
not?
kind of. I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like,
How is that not a feministic trait? If it's empowering to women, they get all the control. How is that not empowering?
I mean, I guess more power to you. Again, it comes to
All right,
back to the point where I don't even care. If,
All right, let me ask
Yeah,
you
that-
this. Let me ask you this. If porn is not empowering to women, who do you look at in the porn? Do you look at the guy or the girl?
I don't. I actually don't.
You don't watch porn?
No,
Oh,
I
well,
don't care for it. But
Kudos to
if
you.
I did,
you're part of the generation that's like, you know what, porn is degrading.
it's well, not even that it's degrading. It's just I don't think.
Do you think it's
healthy.
degrading?
I don't care. I think it. I mean, it is degrading in a sense, but I just don't care.
Okay.
I just don't watch it because I think it's unhealthy.
Look, I'm not saying I watch porn anymore, because I don't. Because ever since Mia Khalifa came out with all of her stories, and no, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Ever since she
Yeah.
quit porn and came
Well,
out with
the whole
all of her
industry-
stories of how the industry works,
Yeah.
I boycotted that
My
shit.
my opinion on it, just throwing it out there, is the industry as a whole is not good.
They mistreat
not.
they mistreat all the actors
Yeah.
and actresses. The guys and girls are getting chipped.
Yeah.
100%.
It's not a good industry. I don't think it's healthy to watch it, partake in it, all that. But when it comes to okay, I think what I'm trying to get at is it shouldn't be seen as empowering.
But all right.
It should not be held on a high pedestal.
All right, I understand. I'm not trying to bring it on a high pedestal.
Yeah, I get what
I was trying to say is you can say it's empowering to women. So a concept like that, how powerful that idea is, that is what we're dealing with in 2020 with Trump. Do you understand how I just tied that back together?
Yes.
How an idea is so powerful that you can bring it to, like, if I really wanted to, I can argue day and night porn is empowering to women.
Yeah.
And I can start a movement tomorrow.
Oh yeah, they'll hop on that today.
That is what we've been dealing with through this year. 2020, Black Lives Matter, COVID, everything. And no one has stopped and looked at it and a sense of what we are doing as human beings. There is more shit going on around the world than there is in America.
Right.
You and I both know this now because I sat there.
We looked at a list.
I looked at a list beforehand and I read it off to you. I was like, this is what's happened. Maybe a third of it was what happened in America.
Right. The rest of it was worldwide.
Yeah.
The explosion in Lebanon.
Yeah. With all the videos
explosion.
that came out.
That was a thing for like a week. Everyone was like, donate. Sign a petition.
I thought it was a terrorist attack.
Oh my god.
I really did. By the way they marketed it, and by the way, there was so much marketing for it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a terrorist attack. I really did. And I even mentioned to you, I'm like, was this a terrorist attack? And you said no. And then I looked it up and we found out it was just poorly managed. What was it? Some
nitrate.
Nitrate. Something like that.
Yeah.
It
was basically they
some chemical that could be, explosive was handled poorly, blew up, and then 300 million people were homeless.
That was no 300 million. That was the flood.
No, that was
Lebanon.
Or no, 300,000. 300,000 people were homeless. 4 million people were homeless because of the flood in India.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
India and
which
Lebanon.
was another thing. There was a huge flood in.
Yeah, like all this shit happened, and we were like, "What?" Like after the Australian fire, all this shit happened in America, and we just focused on ourselves. This is a lot like.
I think the only thing that I really saw was the Lebanon, the explosion in Lebanon.
Yeah.
But again, that was.
So
I just gotta talk about the petition thing.
Yeah. Let's talk. I don't even know that a petition happened.
Well, it's not even just this, but every time Black Lives Matter, it was big, and then with the Lebanon thing, it was big. People on Twitter sign this petition to fix the issue.
Okay.
And it's like people were like, "Oh, I signed 10 petitions today. What did you do?"
So that was like that was like their right of saying I'm a better person than you?
Yes, 100%.
Well, that's like that's what Christians do. No offense.
No.
No offense. I know you come from kind of a religious family.
Yeah.
From what I saw on TV, waiting in your living room.
Yeah. We had a little church sermon today.
Yeah, they had a little church sermon.
No, but
as a non-religious person, I just want to say it was probably the most adorable thing I've ever seen. It was such a cute concert. They were talking about God and all this. Oh, it was so adorable watching these country singers talk about God. Love it.
Country?
Oh my God!
You were paying more attention than I was.
It was well. You were upstairs.
Yeah.
You were grabbing shit, and we had to go back 3 times. So
it's been a mess. Oh my God!
It's 2020 as a whole, man.
Yeah.
It's a mess. But
no, but okay, yeah. So it was their way of feeling like they did something.
Right. So they felt they were a better person than you. And what I meant by what I said, that's kind of like Christians, is you can't have a tattoo and you can't dress a certain way if you're going to church. Because the whole point of church now is let me get my best Sunday clothes and judge other people's outfits. And I can't do it anymore.
Well, so there's actually a lot of progressive churches now.
Are there?
Yes.
Or are they progressive in the sense of California where it's like, I'm more progressive than you and I'm vegan? Is it that sense? Because if so, I'm not going to get behind it.
That's literally just California.
Okay.
But no, progressive meaning it's like a scale. There's what you described, which was people that are trying to present themselves as the best Christian that they can be.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been, since like the starting of medieval times, really, like when the Catholic Church started, everything like that. There's that,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's something in the middle where it's like, you know, we do the, worship, and then the sermon, and like that's it. All right, everyone goes about their separate ways. And then there's like progressive where it's like, everyone with tattoos and like dressed like hippies or whatever, and then like there'll be pro-choice Christians, and it's like,
All right, I didn't think you were gonna bring up pro-choice and shit. Okay.
well, because there's just a scale. I'm trying to like describe the scale to you.
Yeah.
Of there's some people that are in the middle.
So there's the old school.
Old school,
Then
yeah.
there's the old school of our parents' generation. Then there's our generation where it's like, hey, whatever.
Yeah.
Be a good
And I'm not
person.
saying that you can like if you show up to church like that, that's fine.
Right. So it's more about being a good person than it is about like following the Bible to a T. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So yeah. Okay.
It's like
I
it's
can
just a balance.
appreciate that.
The thing is, it's like, it's not like super like,
Okay, then I guess I could appreciate that because
Yeah.
the only Christians I know are old school Christians where
Right.
they see my tattoos and they're,
Yeah. So
you're going to hell because you have tattoos.
my whole viewpoint on it is literally just like come as you are, sort of thing.
I know this is kind of sacrilegious, but they never mention in the Bible. I'm just curious. Do you think Jesus died a virgin? Do you?
I think that he did.
You think he did?
Yes.
I mean, from the pictures that we've all seen of this man, he was a good-looking guy.
Well, the white versions.
No,
of him, or
the actual version.
Okay,
the actual
like
version that's come out of
the
like
painting that the
yeah, this is
yeah,
what
yeah.
we think Jesus actually looked like.
Yeah.
Good-looking guy.
I believe that he would have had.
And he
to
was
have
a
died
carpenter?
virgin.
Not to go back to porn, but
Yeah, right.
you fixed my leaky pipes. How can I pay you back? You fixed my chair.
I think that
I don't have any bread to give you, so something else is going to have to rise. There you go. I'm gonna say, I'm not religious either. I'm sorry. I forgot to mention that. Yeah. So I will joke about these.
That's fine. I don't care. My whole thing about look, the thing is, I want people to be able to like joke about anything and not care.
I think
At the end of the day, I just want everyone to like not care.
yeah, I think that's a beautiful thing of where I'm at right now. Is I've come to realize I don't care. I don't care enough to care about being offensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just want comedy to be comedy. And it's kind of hard to follow a path of comedy right now because everything's closed. You know what I mean?
And everything's offensive.
Yeah, and everything's offensive. Everyone gets like, oh, hell no, we won't go to that show. Fuck that. He's just another Ben Shapiro Hitler wannabe, which is ridiculous. When I heard someone call Ben Shapiro a Nazi,
It
again,
happens so much.
Again, not political. I just heard,
Yeah.
oh, this Nazi Ben Shapiro. So I looked up Ben Shapiro, and the first thing I saw was a yarmulke, and I'm like, how the hell are you going to call this guy a Nazi? His people suffered hard. In America, shame on us. We didn't get involved quicker because we knew what the fuck was going on over there. Shame on us for not getting involved. But then again, we did the same shit with Japanese American civilians. We did the same shit.
Yeah.
Same fucking shit. But shame on us. Shame on us. So there's no way you could get away with calling that man a Nazi.
No, it's ridiculous.
Some of the things he says is outlandish
Well, it's just like
and hilarious, and other things are going to be upsetting to people.
yeah, but it's just like calling black people white supremacists. That was a big one too.
Yeah, there was that, but you're not going to get that as much as because this is a very touchy subject we're about to get into. Jewish people and black people are not going to be held at the same standards.
No.
Because if you say there's a black white supremacist, people are going to be like, yeah, okay, that's going to stick. But people who look at Ben Shapiro, they can just see a photo and they cannot see the yarmulke. Fuck that guy, he's a Nazi.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same standard.
Right. So you're saying that it could Ben Shapiro is more easily believed to be a Nazi
than
than okay. So if someone says, "Oh, you're white supremacist,"
than a black man or woman
yeah
being a white supremacist.
Yeah.
It's more easily believable. And I don't think the Jewish community gets enough credit
Well, I guess,
for just standing up for themselves,
yeah.
like how he has, saying, "No, I am not."
Well, I guess if you know, like, what I'm saying is looking at it, knowing that this guy's black, and then knowing that this guy's Jewish.
But a lot of people don't know.
Right. No,
a lot of people don't
saying,
know he's Jewish. Yeah.
No.
And that's just crazy that you can look at this Jewish man and say he's a Nazi. Do you remember? Well, of course you won't, because neither of us were alive. But you do know that there was a certain time period, just like right now, not with the plague, but with everything going on politically. World War II. It was the same fucking thing. Same thing.
Like similarities to what we're seeing today.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people are going back to World War II and looking at the similarities and going, holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. We're falling into the same path again.
Because no one's learning from
history. No one's learning from the past.
Yeah.
Which is one thing that I kind of like to do. I like to put on World War II shit. I like to listen to
I think it's entertaining.
Yeah. I think it's entertaining, but I think it's informative.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, both. Yeah.
One of how we handled things, because first we were just partying, we were what the fuck ever, and then Pearl Harbor happened,
like whoa,
okay. Pearl Harbor happened, and all of a sudden Europe was like, yeah, now you're going to get it, my dad's coming over here. Like, that's basically what happened. And we, like, us and Russia basically,
it's like you touched the thermostat.
Yeah,
now I'm pissed.
Like US and Russia basically looked at World War II and went, you know what, we're done with this shit. Done. Fuck you Nazis, we're done. Well, with us it was Japan. We were
And we're like, okay, I guess we'll go after them too.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of similarities are happening right now. Mm-hmm. And people are starting to notice. And people are getting a little worried. Because it just takes that one attack.
Yeah.
But we don't know how Biden's going to react.
Here's the thing about Biden.
Yeah, please. Again, Mr. Politics, please tell me about Biden. Because the shit I've seen about Biden is get him the fuck away from my kids.
Oh, yeah.
What can you tell me about Joe Biden that will surprise me?
That will surprise you? I don't know.
Yeah, that'll surprise me.
What I was going to say is that he won't be president for long.
Do you think he's going to die of old age?
I think that...
Or that someone's going to assassinate him?
No, I think that he's basically going to either step down or get removed.
So you think Kamala is going to be the first woman president because of a technicality?
Yes. If
she's going to be the first woman president, the second black president, the first Native American president, and there's something else there that
she's Jamaican, not Native American.
I thought she was Native American as well. Because I could have sworn on SNL they said that she was Native American, and SNL is very democratic. Very democratic.
Native American? No, that was Elizabeth Warren.
Pretty sure Kamala's got some Native American in her.
I don't think we know exactly what she is at this point because she's not even black. She's not African American. Let me put it that way. Her dad's Jamaican.
Okay,
what? Her dad literally came out and said she's not black.
Okay, well, if you're Jamaican, I would still consider that.
Or African American,
right?
I don't know. I don't know the rules.
Because then they immigrate from Africa to Jamaica? Didn't they do that or some shit like that?
I think it's a completely different, like...
is it? I thought they immigrated. I thought they immigrated from Africa to Jamaica. I didn't pay attention in school, and I mentioned that. But a lot of us did.
Her own dad came out and said she's not African American.
Okay.
At the end of the day, so I was like, okay, that's good enough for me. Like,
but even then, she's still going to be the first mixed race president, like of some nationality.
No, yeah.
And a woman. So she's going to set history. Good for her. Do I think she's going to be a good president? No. I don't think Joe's going to be a good president either.
Yeah.
I don't think Trump was a great president. I think he did some good shit. I think Joe's probably going to do some good shit. And if he steps down and Kamala's there, then I think Kamala's going to do some good shit. There's going to be a lot of things that we're not going to agree on.
My whole thing about Joe at the end of the day is he's literally just a face.
For what?
For whoever's actually running the show. He himself is not mentally there.
Oh my.
Like so when you say he's gonna do stuff, I'm like, no.
No. He's going to be given credit. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's going to be given credit. Like Obama was given credit for Osama bin Laden.
Oh yeah.
That's
like,
the number
really.
one
He
thing.
was like sat down.
That's
Okay, we can do that. Sure.
That's the number one thing he is accredited for.
Yeah.
Is the death of Osama bin Laden. And honestly, good. We got him.
Yeah.
We got him. Fuck him. Good. Obama got him. Great. But that is one thing he is affiliated with.
Right, because really it was Bush that set up that whole thing.
Right.
And
So
then as soon as he got in the office, he's like, yeah, let's do it.
So what I'm saying, well, no, not even. Yeah, let's do it. He went against orders. Obama went against orders to go get Osama.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, we all know the fucking story now. We've all seen the documentaries and movies and all the shit that came out about it. So I'm not going to dive into it. But every president is going to have those few good things, right?
Right.
Trump has those few good things, and we're going to have to wait until Biden's done before we're like, remember when Trump did this?
Yeah, he's not going to be seen as Trump is like here, let's say.
Yeah.
And then as history moves on, he'll start like
Yeah, he'll start
his
rising.
image will
Like how Ronald Reagan was like all of a sudden, oh my God. But hey, let's remember Ronald Reagan said pot, grass, weed, whatever you want to call it, is probably, his words, probably one of the most dangerous drugs in America. Do you know why that was said? Do you know why that was said?
I don't know why he said that.
Because someone who owned a newspaper tycoon or whatever the fuck it was, this guy let out information, I can't remember his name, realized that hemp, not marijuana, hemp is such fucking stock. Like, we can use this for anything. Concrete, clothes, food, anything. It's almost out of this fucking world what hemp can do. And he realized it can also be used for paper. That's going to go against my business. He owned forests.
Forests.
Not forestas. Wow, that sounded that sounded uneducated as fuck. Forests. Just used for paper. And he realized cannabis is going to be the next billion-dollar crop. So he came out with all these movies and documentaries of, oh, it's the gateway drug. It's a gateway drug. Biden still says it's a gateway drug. Now all of a sudden he's, pot, let's legalize it. You go back on tape, though, you see he's like, it's
No,
a gateway
Biden
drug.
was like, I feel like if you sat down like someone from our generation and showed like old clips of Biden, they'd be like, oh, is this guy a Republican?
Yeah, didn't say who he was, just showed Biden.
Yeah.
Do you realize Biden looks a lot like how Captain America looks in the movies?
The old Captain America, or
No. Like what the fuck was in the MCU? That guy.
the actor?
Yeah, the actor.
Why can't I think of his name?
Chris something.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah, looked a lot like Chris Evans. Like when Joe Biden was younger, and you see a young Captain America, like in the first Captain America, and I want your listeners to go back and fucking
honestly.
check me on this shit, because I realized this when I was.
Well, when you said that, my first thought was, in Endgame where the old version of him
That
comes
too.
back.
That
no,
too.
he looks just like
looks
him
just
now.
like him, right?
I agree with that.
A younger Joe Biden looks just like Captain America in the first Captain America, just like him. I want your listeners to go back.
I could kind of see that, yeah.
And look, no, there's an old picture of Joe Biden, and it's right next to Captain America, and it looks just fucking like him. Yeah, go ahead, look that shit up, bro. I don't care.
Captain America.
I love being fact checked about that shit, because I sat there and I looked at it for 2 hours
like
on my couch.
Joe Biden. I mean, that's just like a matter of opinion anyway, so. Like,
look how similar they look, man. Like,
hold on, wait, I want to see the young, because like when you said that, the first thing I thought of was this.
yeah, that right there. No, you guys have been young.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, man, because
Looks
there's like a black and white photo of Joe Biden and like young Joe Biden. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Doesn't he look a lot like him?
He kind of does, yeah.
Yeah.
Now people are gonna be like, "Oh, look at this." I think this is just like
That's a little faked.
Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah, that's been edited. But yeah, he looks a lot like him. And it's kind of funny that, like, just to, fucking character in a comic book movie.
God, that's just giving them more material to justify who.
Fuck it. Make memes about him. I don't care. Do it. I don't care. I don't give a shit who's president at this point. We can have a monkey in office. It's not going to change my mind on politics.
Yeah.
I think politics is a dirty game.
Oh, 100%.
And kudos to you for diving into politics, because you dive deep into politics. I don't even scratch the surface because I don't give a fuck. Because I know we're corrupt. I know we're a corrupt country.
Oh, yeah.
And I know the president isn't the one running this shit.
I think we're going to see a lot of stuff come out soon.
Dude,
A
like,
lot of corruption. And it is thanks to Trump.
dude, think about this. The last time I was on your podcast, America denied the proof of aliens. Now, that was a part of 2020.
Yeah.
They came out with like, oh yeah, aliens exist.
Yeah.
You know those glass fucking things that people have started finding? There's
Yeah.
a new one that was just found. A new one. New. Just found.
I was just talking about this with someone the other day, and they were saying how, like, Trump was thinking about coming out and sharing some stuff, like,
He
regarding
should.
aliens, but
He
then
should.
he, like, kind of backed up. I think he still will.
I mean, why do you think Space Force was created? Do you think that was created for the Star Wars memes, or do you think he created that, or do you think he created that knowing, oh shit, we're defenseless against whatever the fuck
I
is
think
up there?
that he will at some point come out, or someone's going to come out and share some stuff about it.
I think if
Soon.
he gets a second term after Biden, if Trump goes up for it again,
Well,
and he gets the second term and he's about to finish, I think at that point he's free to say whatever the fuck he wants.
Well, here's what he said. He said he's using this as leverage right now because he's still battling for the presidency right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a whole. Okay, that's so deep. But anyway, he's still battling for the presidency right now. Trump is.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things he said recently was, if they don't like seriously look into the election results and like take it seriously and basically overturn it, he's going to declassify everything and pardon everyone.
Do it.
That's like his card that he's using right now. And I think he'll do it anyway, but he'll either do it like before Inauguration Day, or
the day
if
of.
he does get elected, he'll do it like
The
down
day
the
of.
road. Probably not the day of, but like
Oh, down the road after Biden's won, so he could be like, yeah, all this shit actually exists.
I'm
I
saying
should know I was the president.
So if Biden is going to be inaugurated, he'll do it before.
Okay.
If Trump does not magically, but if he does become president again, if he keeps his second
If he
term,
does another term.
he'll wait a little bit, but he'll still release it.
So you think he would probably release it on like the fourth year of the second term? Like, hey, by the way,
maybe
remember that
not
shit I was
that late.
threatening? Here it is. Or do
Maybe
you
not
think
that
like,
late, but like
or the first year if he gets a second term? Like,
maybe the
hey,
first year.
hey, this is all the shit I was going to threaten. Here it is.
'Cause
And
I think that he is using it now as a wild card almost.
what do you think? What do you think is going on out there? And do you think he's going to win?
So yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah,
so,
go ahead. Because
actually,
again, that's another reason why I came on.
the election.
Yeah.
We can talk about that because that's a big part of 2020.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Like, still fucking going on apparently. So yeah.
Right. So, election night, going back and forth.
Yeah, I remember.
Did you watch any of the coverage?
I
Election night?
watched your coverage for
Okay,
a little bit. I was scrolling through everyone. Everyone, because I wanted the left side, I wanted the right side, I wanted your side, I wanted everyone's
we had
side.
like 4 different.
Dude, I had CNN, I had Fox News, I had C-SPAN. Fucking C-SPAN. Who goes to C-SPAN? No one.
People that actually want.
I did.
Yeah.
I went to C-SPAN because I was like, I got a third one, then I got a fourth one, then I got a fifth one. Dude, I was going through YouTube, live stream. Here's what's going on. Here's what's going on. And the maps were so different. They were different.
Yeah.
Half of the map was blue. Then I go to a different channel. Half of the map is red. And then I go to a different channel. Fucking purple. I didn't know purple was a color we could do for elections.
Yeah, that basically means like it's
Undecided, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Purple. Half the map was purple. I was like, who the fuck is winning? And then I didn't really take a nap, but I blacked out for a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't really black out, but I just kind of stopped paying attention. I was doing some other shit. And I come back and it says Biden has won the presidential elect, right? I was like, okay, well, it's over. And then right after, President Trump said, mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Well, what the fuck do you mean President Trump said no? He just lost. What do you mean no? And then it was like, well, there might be some tampered votes. And I was like, how the fuck do you tamper with votes? Mail-ins. Mm-hmm. Fuck. Trump was saying mail-ins. Like, from the get-go, he was talking about mail-ins. Fuck. And then machines were operated, and like some were supposed to, a lot of votes were supposed to go to Trump, and they didn't go to Biden. A lot of the votes, though, and I've noticed this, a lot of, or not the votes, but a lot of what they said was tampering with is only a small amount of votes. And I can't get behind a rigged election. Maybe you can change my mind, but right now, like with Georgia, I saw was like 1,000 votes would have gone to Trump.
Right.
But Biden still won by a lot.
Right. But here's so
maybe you know something I don't.
The coverage there's just so much, but I'll try and break it down as best as I can. Yeah, what you're seeing is like, okay, this county, we found 6,000 votes that were switched from Trump to Biden. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's like, okay, 6,000 votes, that's it. But then more counties keep coming out. And there's people on that work in the company that provided the machines, like the Dominion, coming out and saying how they can manipulate X amount of votes and how many votes were manipulated.
Okay.
Like millions. Because if you think about it, let's say one county, really, if you look at it this way, there were like a few states that were battleground states that Biden or Trump needed to win.
Michigan was one, I think, for sure.
And if you look at the map, how many counties in each state are blue versus red?
A lot of them were red.
Right. There's only a few blue counties.
Yeah.
But Biden wins those states. So you don't need that many votes to manipulate. You don't need to change that many votes to manipulate an election, because you just need X amount of votes to win that state.
Okay.
And, it's been that, so in Florida, we have 5 counties out of however many that are.
Yeah, but Florida went red. That was a big swing state.
Right.
Was Florida. All right. I know this is unprofessional, and I know you're right in the middle.
Yeah.
I gotta pee.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
is that normal for a podcast?
That's fine. I'll just cut it.
You cut it?
Yeah. I'll mark it.
All right. Cool. I'm so sorry, man. I apologize.
You know where it is? Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of the Gonzo Tonight Show. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you can stay updated with when we upload new episodes. Follow us on social media at Gonzo Tonight, and be sure to check out the links in the comments and the show notes wherever you're watching or listening. Check out the merch. It's a great way to support the show, to help us keep going and further evolve and grow, as well as the donation link down below is a great way to help this podcast continue and flourish. If you like what you saw, make sure you subscribe, follow, all that stuff, and I'll be seeing you next time. Take care.